Before your baby arrived, you probably read an endless stack of parenting books, listened to thousands of stories from other parents, and maybe even swore to your partner that you'd do the opposite of everything your parents did. You may have felt confident in your parenting choices for your not yet a challenge because they weren't born yet baby. Then, your baby arrived, sprouted quickly into a small person with their own thoughts and desires, and suddenly the whirlwind of it all left you feeling completely unprepared and confused. Feeling pressure to make tough parenting decisions, you may have started looking for groups of fellow parents to seek out advice or perhaps came across the term conscious parenting while surfing the internet. So, what is conscious parenting? Conscious parenting is a term used by various psychologists and others to describe a style of parenting that usually focuses more on the parent and how mindfulness can drive parenting choices. It's rooted in a combination of Eastern-style philosophy and Western-style psychology. In other words, a bringing together of meditation and self-reflection. Put most simply, conscious parenting asks that instead of striving to fix your child, parents look inward at themselves. Conscious parenting views children as independent beings, though admittedly still developing over time, who can teach parents to become more self-aware. Parenting triggers are not really something we think too much about before we have children, right? If you're anything like me, when you imagined becoming a parent, you saw trips to the park, arts and crafts projects, lots of snuggles, holding cute dimpled hands in yours, playing in the backyard, bedtime stories, things like that. Sure, you knew there would be difficult parts too, but you always pictured yourself as a calm, loving, patient mama who took it all in her stride and responded with compassion and empathy to her kids. What you probably didn't imagine was losing it over wet towels left on the floor, toddlers who refuse to eat the dinner you've been lovingly preparing for them all evening, or the whining that starts the moment you sit down with a hot coffee. But we all have these triggers. We all have things that cause us to completely lose them with our kids. Situations that just get to us and cause us to behave in ways we never expected we would. And that's particularly tough because it causes us to question ourselves as parents. Our parenting triggers and the way we react to them challenge our perception of ourselves and create a mismatch between what we value as parents and the way we behave. And that makes it incredibly difficult to parent mindfully. Let us try to understand what a parenting trigger looks like. Parenting triggers are things that our children do, say, feel or believe that cause us to have an automatic, negative response. We may yell, lash out, shut down, cry, try to escape or feel compelled to punish or shame our children when we feel triggered. We may say or do things we normally wouldn't. Triggers cause us to act in a way that is out of line with our own values and beliefs about parenting. Our response when we feel triggered is usually extreme and not at all in proportion to what has actually happened. And here's the thing. Triggers prevent us from being the parent we want to be, at least at that moment. They rob us of our choice. They cause us to act in a way that eases our own emotional discomfort, instead of in the way that is best for our child at the moment. That's because these responses are usually the result of experiences from our own childhoods. And this is where conscious parenting comes into play.